Welcome, beautiful soul. If you've ever gazed upon your palm and discovered that mysterious M intertwined with a delicate crescent moon, listen closely. You are among the real chosen ones, and God is funding your life right now. No more restless nights, no more nagging worries. Divine provision is flowing into your reality at this very moment, opening doors you never even knew existed. So, before we journey deeper, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Because here on Spiritual Deep, we unveil the hidden currents of blessing that belong to you. Are you ready to step into your destiny together? Let's go. From the earliest dawn of human awareness, we have looked to the heavens for guidance, meaning, and provision. Stars charted our ancestors' paths. Constellations told stories of heroism, tragedy, and redemption. Yet no symbol is more intimate than the one etched into your very flesh. The union of the letter M and the crescent moon on your palm. This living signet of divine favor proclaims that you are not here by accident, but by divine appointment. Imagine tracing those lines with your finger. The M emerges at the confluence of your heart line, where emotions flow, your headline, the seat of thoughts and intuition, and your lifeline, the pulse of vitality itself. Beside it, the gentle arc of the moon whispers of cycles, mysteries, and the subtle tides of divine rhythm. Together, they form a cosmic signature. You are chosen. You are equipped, and you are provisioned. This video, this extended journey into the heart of your identity, will reveal how God is actively funding your life in every dimension, financially, emotionally, relationally, creatively, and spiritually. We will explore ancient wisdom, biblical testimonies, modern miracles, and practical rhythms you can weave into your everyday life. By the end, you will stand fully aware of your divine endowment, empowered to walk in fearless faith and unstoppable purpose. The living map in your palm, palmistry practiced by sages across the globe, teaches that the lines on our hands are not random. They evolve with our experiences and choices. The M, formed by the intersection of three primary lines, signals that your emotions, intellect, and life force converge under heavenly guidance. In cultures as diverse as Vedic India and Renaissance Europe, the moon symbol has represented intuition, imagination, and the hidden currents of the soul. When these two symbols align, they create a living map, one you carry into every room, every meeting, every moment. As you mature, the lines on your palm may deepen or shift, reflecting your spiritual growth. Pay attention to moments of heightened inspiration, sudden clarity, or profound peace. These are your palm symbols animating your reality. Perhaps you awaken with a song in your heart you've never heard before, or you solve a problem in seconds that once took you hours. These bursts of insight and provision are divine signposts reminding you of your chosen status. Ancient echoes of divine favor. Across the tapestry of history, stories of supernatural provision abound. In the Hebrew scriptures, the children of Israel received manna, bread from heaven, to feed entire nations stranded in the desert. Naomi returned to Bethlehem, with her fields miraculously restored. In the New Testament, Jesus multiplied 5 loaves and 2 fish to feed thousands. These narratives are archetypes that echo in your experience today. In the ancient city of Alexandria, palm readers spoke of an M signifying messengers of the gods, individuals destined to carry divine communication into the world. In the courts of medieval Europe, the crescent moon was painted on the shields of those believed to be guided by visions. These traditions converge in your palm, testifying that your life, far from being ordinary, is woven into the fabric of providence itself. Consider a story from modern times. A young woman named Aisha, working 3 jobs and crippled by student debt, discovered the M and crescent moon on her left hand as she doodled in a journal. That very week, a documentary she produced won a grant. Her bills were partially forgiven, and her content attracted thousands of viewers overnight. She realized her mark was more than symbolism. It was a covenant of supply, proof that when you awaken to your signature, miracles begin to cascade. Provision beyond money. When you hear the word funding, you might think solely of bank accounts, yet God's funding transcends currency. It includes creative vision, ideas that flow effortlessly, titles for your next book, melodies that capture hearts, innovative solutions that transform industries, divine connections, People appearing at just the right moment. Mentors who guide you, partners who invest in you, strangers who introduce you to your calling. Emotional restoration, healing from past wounds, sudden surges of courage, waves of joy that reassure you of your worth and destiny. Physical health, renewed energy for your body, breakthroughs in wellness, resilience against stress and illness. These resources, though less tangible than checks and deposits, are no less real. They form the scaffolding for every kingdom assignment. When your soul feels fed, your mind unleashed, and your spirit ignited, you become a vessel through which divine abundance flows to others. Stories of modern miracles across the globe, chosen ones with the M and Crescent moon, testify to extraordinary breakthroughs. Here are glimpses into their journeys. The artist's breakthrough. Lucas, a struggling painter, had never sold a single canvas. After noticing his palm's signature, he began posting behind-the-scenes videos of his creative process. Doors opened, galleries commissioned his work, patrons funded his exhibitions, and he found himself sharing stages with renowned artists. His testimony? Once I embraced my divine signature, my creativity became a well that never ran dry. The healed voice. Marianne, a public speaker, lost her voice after years of self-doubt and external pressures. A melody arising in the night prompted her to study the symbolism of the moon and M. She spent weeks in meditative moon rituals, listening for her inner voice. When her voice returned, it carried a resonance that filled auditoriums, proof that divine funding often arrives through seasons of silence. The corporate turnaround. Raj, a corporate executive plagued by layoffs and uncertainty, discovered the mark during a leadership retreat. He began emailing grateful notes to colleagues, offering encouragement instead of criticism. Within a month, productivity soared, layoffs were halted, and stakeholders credited Raj's newfound optimism with saving the company. He acknowledges that divine provision often flows through acts of faith and gratitude. Each of these stories underscores a universal truth. Once you recognize your mark, you begin to see provision everywhere, in small miracles and grand epiphanies alike. Casting off worry, embracing confidence. Fear thrives in the shadows of perceived lack. Yet as a chosen one, you bear a countenance of courage. The crescent moon on your palm reminds you of cycles, new beginnings, crescendos of blessing, phases of rest. Worryless living is an act of bold faith. Every morning, declare, God is funding me abundantly today. Feel those words vibrate through your spirit. Then, whenever anxiety stirs, perhaps a flutter of doubt about finances or relationships, pause and list 3 miracles you witnessed yesterday. A parking spot appearing in traffic, a stranger's kind word, a fresh idea that solved a challenge. Gratitude reframes scarcity into overflow. Active faith looks like obedience. When you sense a prompt to start a project, reach out to someone, or pivot direction, move swiftly. Divine funding follows obedient steps. Remember the promise. Those who seek first God's kingdom and righteousness will have all their needs supplied. Your palm symbols confirm this promise in flesh and spirit. Tests as training grounds. Chosen ones are not exempt from trials. Indeed, tests often precede triumph. In the Bible, David's exile sharpened his heart. Esther's risk positioned her to save a nation. Your trials are not punishments, but training grounds for greater provision. Reframe hardship as tuition for divine purpose. If you face financial strain, relationship upheaval, or health setbacks, ask, what is God teaching me? Perhaps you develop resilience, deepen empathy, or clarify priorities. In each lesson, provision waits on the other side. Record your breakthroughs in a blessings journal. Write down the prayer you uttered, the test you faced, and the way God intervened. Years from now, you'll have a ledger of miracles that testifies to steadfast faith. This practice cements confidence and reminds you that no trial is wasted in God's economy. Cultivating rhythms of abundance. Provision is a river, not a reservoir. Cultivate daily and seasonal rhythms that keep you plugged into its flow. Morning declarations. Each dawn, speak aloud declarations of supply. I have more than enough time, resources, creativity, and courage for my assignments today. Lunar reflection sessions. During the crescent moon phase, spend intentional time in meditation. Visualize currents of light entering your hands, filling your mind, warming your heart. Trust intuition. If an insight emerges, act on it swiftly. Generosity. Cycles. As you receive, give, tithe, donate, mentor, offer pro bono services. Each seed of generosity activates multiplication. The widow's mite and the boy's loaves and fishes illustrate how small offerings ignite vast returns. Community prayer circles. Gather with fellow seekers to pray specifically for each other's provision and purpose. Collective faith amplifies individual breakthroughs. Through these patterns, you train your spirit to recognize and partner with divine supply. Aligning with your calling, provision, and purpose are inseparable. The M energizes communication, be it writing, speaking, teaching, or digital media, while the crescent moon amplifies intuition. Your calling lies at their intersection. Begin by seeking clarity. In prayer, journaling, or quiet retreats, ask, "What does my soul yearn to create? How can my words and gifts serve others?" Note recurring visions or feelings of excitement. Then take practical steps. Launch a blog, record a short podcast, design a workshop. Obedience activates provision. Set simple milestones, draft an outline, reach out to one mentor, and schedule a launch date. As you progress, expect resources, financial, relational, and creative, to align in surprising ways. The story of Deborah in Judges shows that when a leader steps forward in faith, provision appears in the shape of alliances, courage for battles, and timing that secures victory. Building unshakable confidence. Even the bravest hearts can waver. Doubt creeps in when we forget who we are. Combat it with mind renewal. Replace "I can't" with "I can." For greater is He who is in me. Speak affirmations. I am chosen. I am funded. I walk in fearless faith. Repetition rewires neural pathways toward confidence. Celebrate every victory, no matter how small. Did a client pay on time? Celebrate. Did you receive an encouraging message? Celebrate. Invite friends to rejoice with you. Shared celebration cements faith. Surround yourself with mentors and peers who mirror your vision. Accountability relationships keep you grounded, inspired, and moving forward. In their encouragement, you find echoes of your divine signature. Living generously, leaving legacy. Your provision is not meant for hoarding. Generosity is the theology of abundance in action. As you give time, money, or expertise, you unlock new streams of blessing. Sponsor a scholarship, fund community projects, mentor emerging leaders. In doing so, you embody the heart of a true messenger, one who carries divine resources to where they are most needed. Document your journey. Write a book, record testimonies, create a podcast. Future generations will see how a simple palm mark blossomed into a life of miracles. Your legacy will declare, those who bear the M and crescent moon are indeed funded by heaven. Take a deep breath now. Place your hand over your heart. Feel the pulse of purposeful design beating within you. Declare aloud, I am chosen, I am funded, I walk in fearless faith. As you embrace your identity, expect doors to open, needs to be met, and miracles to multiply. The M on your palm signifies the messenger's gift. The crescent moon whispers of renewal and intuitive guidance. God's provision is the river that carries you forward into destiny. Thank you for joining me on Spiritual Deep. If this message resonated with your spirit, subscribe now and share with fellow chosen ones, because everyone deserves to know. They are chosen, they are funded, and they need never worry again. Peace and abundant blessings be with you.